Well, hi people. I'm very amazed being here. It's my first experience in Brazil. Oh, wow, I'm so excited. I'm well, I'm front-end developer working for 5 years in Zabbix in Riga office. Yeah. And actually, I'm a proud developer of Zabbix. Why I am proud developer of Zabbix? Because being part of something big, yeah, you just imagine this feeling, yeah, seeing those people using Zabbix all around the world, it's just unimaginable, yeah. And also, actually, being a part of open source, yeah, this is like you just imagine you combine those two things, yeah, being a part of big project and open source. This is just like a manifestation to the world, yeah? You imagine this feeling. This is very, very nice. So, let's see what we have. I have to actually remind something to you, which all of you already know. This is super duper important for me, yeah? We have been working very hard in Zabbix prior to release of 7.0. Why it is very important for developers? Because in this release, as Alexei already told you yesterday, this is like day and night. Yeah, if you compare this version to previous versions, I was never worried this much prior to releasing this version. Many features in there, but today I am going to talk about what we are going to talk about. We are going to talk about new widgets in Zabbix. Yeah, since it's visualization, and visualization is a best of all, which I like in Zabbix. Next one will be new feature, which is only available in Zabbix 7.0. This is absolutely new, and actually this opens horizons for dashboards, and we even do not, we even are not aware of how this will impact actually dashboards, yeah? Because new functionality, new communication options between widgets, this is something so new, yeah? We are even not aware of how it will impact. And last but not least, we will also talk about development of widgets by third parties. We have worked hard to make this a simple process, yeah? Because if you tried maybe several years ago, if you tried to develop some new widgets for Zabbix, well, you had to be a Zabbix developer, yeah? It wasn't possible. Currently, we have done much work to allow third parties to easily develop new widgets, yeah? And again, imagine what horizons open for you, for community, yeah? If a community can generate new widgets, yeah? This is just unimaginable, yeah? Okay, well, this is how we are packing our new widgets prior to delivering to our users, yeah? You see, we are packing very nice packages. This is how it works. Well, let's welcome new widgets. First one, where is my first one widget? A pie chart, this one guy, yeah? Very capable widget, actually. It works with complex data, it works with data aggregation, data set aggregation. We'll talk a little later about it, but welcome this guy, yeah? Next one is gauge widget, this one. This is actually my favorite widget. Because I love beautiful things, yeah? And this widget, to my personal opinion, it's just very beautiful. It's very configurable widget. In contrary to the previous one, this one is working with a single item, yeah? If we talk about pie chart, it's like many data sets, many data aggregation, yeah? It's like comparison to some total value, but this one is simple yet very beautiful. Okay, honeycomb, this one, so real that if you notice, I hope you notice that V. It's meant for displaying large clusters of data. If you have large clusters of data, and sometimes you even do not know how much data, it will either compress or expand. It will try to display all your data, and it allows you to overview of your data. Yeah? Those colors are not random. Those colors are specifically configured to display state of one or another item. Yeah? So you immediately see not just all the data, but also you can see the state of your data, whether there are problems or no. Yeah? Okay, top triggers. This one guy allows you to immediately see which triggers are like most crazy. Yeah? Item history. This one guy. This guy is actually replace plain text widget, which was available previously. Now we have this one. This is a much more capable widget because finally we can specify for all our items. We can enrich the data with a context, like how exactly we would like to display the data, whether it's just as is, simple value, or whether we would like to display it as bar, yeah, as indicators, by specifying maybe some threshold colors. Yeah, so we enrich the data this way. Okay, next two guys are host navigator, item navigator. These are absolutely new. And these widgets are related to that new feature of data intercommunication between widgets. Yeah? We'll talk later. Okay, let's discuss one by one. What's good about pie chart? As I already told you, this widget allows you to like work with many data. Yeah, it allows you to aggregate data, to compare those aggregated data, to like specify some specific item as total value. So you compare your data to this one. Yeah, it allows you to like if you have many items, you can combine those small items into one. Yeah. And it animates when data changes, so it's also beautiful. Next one, pie chart. This is the same pie chart. Yeah, this is the configuration options of the pie chart, and as you can see, there are those aggregation options available. There are also some options available for like beautifying your widget. Yeah, you can select as you want. And also, we can specify what time we are interested in. Yeah? This means that you can specify which period in history you are interested in for displaying that kind of data. Yeah, this is also something new. The gauge widget. Again, this is real-time monitoring. Yeah? We display item value of a single item. Yeah? And we can configure many different aspects of how we want to display this gauge. Every aspect is configurable. Yeah, you can specify threshold colors. Yeah, you can specify what items of this widget you would like to display. Okay. Next one is this honeycomb. This was difficult widget. My colleague was developing this widget, and there were many problems because many visualization stuff is going on for this widget. It's quite difficult, especially when you start resizing your dashboard. Those cells, they're moving around like crazy. Yeah? As I told you, large clusters of data, easily visualized. Yeah? And for the configuration options, again, we see some filtering options. We also see some data enrichment, if I may name it like that. Yeah, options like you specify thresholds for values. You specify how you and what exactly you would like to display in those cells. Those cells, if you go a little back, those cells when they are enlarged, when you like hover your mouse, it will display more information. Yeah, sometimes. Okay, let's go next. Next one is top triggers. Like I said, a simple one, yet useful, because you immediately see which triggers the most. Yeah, you fix the problem, you see another picture. And for this top triggers widget, again we have configuration, yeah, in which we can specify what period we are interested in. Yeah. And those new, this is item history widget. For item history widget, as I told you already, this is replacement for plain text widget. Yeah? And if you remember, plain text widget was capable of displaying several items just as is. Yeah? You just specify how many rows and you see the result. Currently, this widget, this new widget, is capable of doing much more work. Again, it allows you to enrich your data much more. You can specify how you display this data. You can specify whether those will be bars or whether those will be simple information, simple data as is as text. Yeah? You can also specify colors for those bars. You can also for text items you can specify some regular expressions, and for text item history, if you wish like to displaying some textual information, you can specify some specific terms, and if the regular expression matches, that item, that row will be highlighted in that color. So you see your information much easier. Yeah. Okay. So we have these two guys, host and item navigators. Those widgets are actually not meant for like monitoring your information. Yeah, those widgets are meant to navigate another widget. This is a totally new story. I will be talking just in a few moments. Yeah, but at this step, I will just say that those widgets also allow configuration. You can for host navigator, you are displaying like list of hosts, yeah? But still you can filter which exactly host you are willing to display. And you can specify different options, different configuration options, different grouping options. Like in this example, you are grouping those hosts by host groups, as I see, then by some tag, like city, yeah, and then next third level is like by severity. So you can even group your hosts as to your liking, yeah. Okay. Okay, and this is configuration options for those two widgets. Again, we see some filtering options, yeah, like host groups, hosts, maybe severity, and then we see this grouping. We can group hosts by host groups, by tag value, by severity, and for item navigator, we also can group by several parameters. Yeah. Well, at this moment we are switching to another section, which is for me is most interesting. Yeah. Because we have done just enormous work to achieve this. Yeah, this was our goal actually for probably for maybe 2 or 3 years. Yeah, because we started then. Yeah, this idea that widgets might communicate. Yeah, this is something absolutely new, and I would like to dive into a history a little. Yeah, I would like to see how it all started. Maybe let's discuss how at all this all started. Currently we have our dashboards, yeah, with widgets which are displaying different data, but in the beginning it all was a little simpler. So to understand the future, let's see how it was long time ago, in the very beginning. So, in the beginning of IT, how you guess what was in the beginning of IT of all monitoring? Maybe maybe you have some ideas what was in the beginning. You do not know what was in the beginning. Well, in the beginning it was. Let's see what was in the beginning. Simple like that, yeah? It was just data. And what data was in the beginning? There were no widgets, no dashboards. Do you agree? This is your data, right? This is your data. We do not have any devices to measure the data. How we measure the data? Any ideas? No devices yet invented. Well, if you remember, like batteries, how we check battery, if it's good or not, yeah, we do like this, yeah, right? But people were smart, right? People were smart, and they didn't like this idea by measuring everything like that. So they invented different devices. And what's interesting about those devices? Those are not just displaying the actual data, like we see, like 61 or 62. Those devices also enrich the data with a context. Yeah, you see if this data is good enough, not good enough. Yeah, it may be the same device, but it has some context. Yeah. So what happened next? Well, everything was get connected, right? So we take those wires, connect devices, put those devices in some specific context, yeah, next one to each other, to our liking, and we get the dashboard. And let's try to compare what we have now. Is it much different? No, it's actually the same, yeah, right? We have Zabbix dashboard. If in analog world we have the same picture, in our digital life, right? But I must say something. What I have already said, yeah, we have connected what was never connected before. We connected widgets. Why would we do this? Well, actually, we noticed that actually sometimes two widgets share the same information. Like one widget is displaying items, yeah, and another widget is displaying data of one item. So this one displaying items and this one also displaying something related to item. Why wouldn't we not connect those widgets? Why wouldn't we not provide a functionality that if one item is displaying this type of data, why wouldn't we allow users to click on those objects and transfer this data to this another widget which would display more information about that object? This is quite natural, right? So in this example, we see how we interconnect things. We take host navigator, item navigator, and this new gauge widget, which I like the most. Yeah? And we configure the item navigator. You see, for hosts, we choose a widget, not just a host or two, but a widget as source of data. So this way, as soon as we click any host on first widget, we get items filtered by that host, right? And then we put another widget, the gauge widget, and we configure it to listen for item. For which item? For item which is given by item navigator. A cascade of 3 widgets. And if we didn't have this functionality, how would we get this functionality? It just no way, right? You just would have to, either you would have to create many those gauges, yeah, or I even don't know how, yeah. So absolutely new possibilities. Let's explain this principle. This principle actually very simple. You are having one object which is data broadcaster, yeah. One object is capable of giving you some kind of data. Another object, another widget, is a listener. Yeah? It is able to listen for the same type of data. So a compatibility of data types must be there. Yeah? Basically, that's the principle. It's very simple to present, but it's actually development-wise, it was quite a challenge. Yeah? Okay. Another example. Let's see how it technically happens. Like we take honeycomb widget. A honeycomb widget actually is a provider of 2 types of data. It on mouse click on a cell, this widget generates 2 data events. It gives away a host, it gives away an item. Yeah? Two data types. So therefore, we can connect one widget like top triggers, which would receive host and filter its result by host ID, right? At the same time, we can put another widget, yeah, which is listening for item ID, right? Right. So we click those cells in a honeycomb widget, and we get another picture in those two widgets. Yeah. Another example, which I already demonstrated, yeah, host navigator is giving away host ID. Item navigator is giving away item ID. So we connect three widgets and we get a functionality which wasn't available before. And here we can see a table. Actually, there will be two tables. Yeah, just to prove how many work was there for this goal. You see that many widgets are now capable of giving data away. Yeah, can be source of. Yeah, like for example, item history is giving away item. Yeah, geomap widget is giving away host. Yeah, but also many widgets can listen to different aspects. Yeah, to different data. You can connect those widgets to these data providers. Yeah, and here is another part of the same table. Yeah. Okay. Next section. Yeah, last but not least, very important actually, very important, I think for all Zabbixers. It's the development of widgets. Yeah, it's not about the development of widgets maybe in our Riga office. Yeah, it's the development of widgets by third parties. How do you think how easy it is? How easy it is now to develop a new widget? Is it easy at all? How would you guess? Hard? You think it's hard? I think it's not. but if we go in history, maybe some years ago, it would be like not possible because you would not be able to connect your code, yeah, into Zabbix. But we have done much work with this. Actually, this work has been ongoing for several years already. Yeah? We made widgets modular. Even Zabbix own widgets are modular. You can connect those modules, you can disconnect those modules. You can install new modules. So this basically means that a user widget developed by any programmer has the same possibilities as any other widgets of Zabbix. Yeah? They are all on the same line. Yeah? So first of all, we made widgets modular. This is super duper important. Yeah? Programming of widgets is object-oriented. In programming world, this means basically that everything is done correctly. Yeah? You can create your widgets using just JavaScript. No PHP knowledge is required. Yeah. Maybe for another guys who are PHP programmers, I can say the same. A widget can be created as purely PHP widget, no JavaScript at all. Yeah, as you like. And for PHP, we are using, of course, MVC pattern, which is used for most PHP frameworks. So, yeah. The only thing I can say that for JavaScript widgets, which are for JavaScript widgets, you have to know less. You do not have to know how Zabbix code is organized. You do not have to know how this MVC pattern works. Yeah, you just need to specify how your data needs to be displayed. Yeah, at the moment it's asked to. Yeah, okay. How did we achieve the simplicity of development for widgets? This is actually also very, very important. Yeah? You see, we have our dashboards. Our dashboards actually are quite complex, right? We have dashboard pages, we have different widget resizing events or widget dragging or creating new widgets or etc., etc. Many functions within the dashboard. And even for widgets, there are copying, pasting, also different stuff happening, focusing, editing, etc. for widgets. So many functionality which impacts how widget looks. Yeah? And so what did we do? We take this dashboard functionality and we split it into layers. Yeah? We split it into different responsibility areas. First, we define what dashboard is. Yeah? What dashboard object is responsible for. Yeah? And we then define what dashboard page is. This is another functional layer of dashboard's infrastructure. Dashboard page, which is just one single page of dashboard. Yeah? You know that dashboard consists of many pages. Yeah? Dashboard page doesn't know nothing about the dashboard object. You can instantiate just one dashboard page, and it will work out of the box. Yeah? Well, then you have, again, the widget base object. This is another separation of functionality, another layer of functionality which doesn't know anything about dashboard pages, about widget resizing, about widget dragging, adding, deleting, or pasting, copying, or whatever. At this layer, widget knows only about himself. The widget knows how to display its content. Yeah, it doesn't know when this should be happening because this is governed by the dashboard page. The dashboard page says to widget, please now display your content, and it displays its content. Yeah? Like this. So the next layer is a user widget layer. So how do you think what the user widget is responsible for? Almost nothing, just displaying the data, right? It doesn't bother with resizing events, with maybe mouse hovering over buttons of widget. Nothing. You just specify, you just override the default functionality of widget base, which is already provided to each widget. Yeah? You just override the functionality, the default functionality which you need to override, and your widget is ready. Yeah? Well, how do we know how we develop widgets? Yeah. If we start today, where would we go? What site maybe would we try to open and see how we develop widgets? We have this developer center in our Zabbix documentation. Yeah. So of course there are going to be many updates to this section because this is actually how Alexei said, enabler of functionality. Yeah. If a programmer knows, if it has access to good examples, to tutorials, to documentation, yeah, it immediately can take just simple example and do his own implementation of widget, yeah, like this. Another section is Zabbix API documentation. All functionality is described here. Yeah. So, and of course, using like, for example, JavaScript for widget development, you can easily access Zabbix API from JavaScript. Yeah, nothing more needed. This is what you already know. Yeah, how to contact with us. Yeah, right? Well, thank you.
Thank you, Andrejs. We have one question. Basically, I got some questions and put them inside one context. We just got 7.0, and people are still like, what can we expect for the next versions? Are there any plans to improve even more the dashboards in Zabbix, the front end in Zabbix? Do you have anything that you can share with us, like some spoiler?
Well, you know, when you are when you're doing some step in some direction, after doing this step, you see more forward, yeah? Currently, of course, there are many moments which I'd like to improve, yeah? For example, maybe we should visualize how this data flow is happening on the dashboards, yeah? Maybe we could improve like selection of widgets, yeah? When we're selecting a new widget, when we're putting new widget on dashboard, and things like that. Maybe we could visualize the connectivity of widgets. Maybe we could simplify how we connect widgets between each other. So currently we're selecting a widget from a pop-up, yeah? But maybe we could just take by mouse, by drag and dropping somehow implement like that. So there are many possibilities.
Okay, so I think that's it for us now. Yeah. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank
Thank you,
you.
Andrejs.